The marsh calls your name, but it uses a voice you trust. Have you ever looked at a map and seen those strange, empty spaces? Blank patches marked only with missing or unexplored, even in places that should be fully charted. People say that's where she lives. The River Witch of Silverpine Marsh. The legend begins with the whispers, faint at first, carried on the damp air. It's a voice you know, a voice you love, a parent, a lost friend, a child. It seems to come from just beyond the tree line, from the heart of the marsh where the mist clings thickest to the water. They say the voice promises answers, reunion, a way back to what you've lost. And people, drawn by grief and a desperate hope, they listen. They answer the call. That's when the strange things begin. You'll notice the water levels in the creeks and channels start to rise, slowly, unnaturally. The sky will be clear, not a cloud in sight, yet the marsh swells as if from a silent, invisible downpour. The ground, once firm, turns to a sucking, greedy mud. The path you followed in disappears behind you, swallowed by the rising tide. The locals, those who know the old ways, they warn you. They tell you the voices aren't real. They are bait. They are the echoes of those who came before you, the poor souls who answered the same call and were taken by the water. They are her collection. The River Witch, they say, was once a woman betrayed, drowned in the marsh by someone she loved. Now she's a creature of sorrow and vengeance, her spirit bound to the murky waters. She cannot leave, so she brings others to her. She preys on heartache, using the voices of the drowned to lure new victims into her domain. Her power is strongest after dusk. When the sun bleeds out of the sky and the line between the living world and the spirit world thins to nothing, the ones who go missing are always found the same way, or rather, they aren't found at all. All that's left are their tracks, leading to the edge of the tall reeds that choke the waterways. The footprints stop abruptly, as if the person simply stepped into the wall of green and vanished. No signs of a struggle, no broken branches, nothing. Just the whisper of the wind through the reeds and the gentle lapping of water. The search parties will comb the area for days, but the marsh protects its own. It shifts and changes, hiding its secrets beneath layers of mud and tangled roots. The water that rose without rain recedes just as mysteriously, leaving behind a landscape that seems untouched and innocent. But the voices remain. On quiet nights, if you stand near the edge of Silverpine Marsh, you might hear them. They call out, pleading, promising. They use the faces and sounds of your deepest attachments. The most dangerous part of the legend, the part that makes your blood run cold, is that the witch doesn't just mimic voices. She shows you things. A fleeting glimpse of a loved one's face in the reflection of a dark pool of water. The shape of a familiar silhouette standing just at the edge of your vision, beckoning you forward. She crafts illusions from your own memories, twisting your love into a weapon against you. The few who claim to have escaped tell a chillingly similar story. They followed the voice, stepping off the known path and into the twilight embrace of the marsh. The air grew heavy, thick with the smell of decay and damp earth. The ground became a treacherous soup under their feet. Just as they were about to step into the reeds, something held them back. A sudden, gut-wrenching feeling of wrongness. A moment of clarity that pierced through the illusion. They say in that instant, they saw the witch's true form reflected in the water knot, the image of their loved one. But a skeletal figure draped in riverweed, with eyes like cold, dark stones. They ran without looking back, the sound of 100 grieving voices screaming in rage behind them. They return to the town changed, haunted. They speak of the cold that seeped into their bones, a chill that no fire can warm. They warn everyone to stay away, to never trust the sounds of the marsh, no matter how familiar they seem. So, if you ever find yourself near Silverpine and you see a blank spot on your map where the river bends, just turn back. And if you hear a voice you love calling from the reeds after the sun has set, cover your ears and run. It's not them. It's the witch, and she's just adding another voice to her collection. The marsh is patient. The witch is waiting. She knows that sooner or later someone's heart will be broken enough to listen. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like or share and subscribe and leave a comment or follow for more folklore legends.